Hi, my name is Cristina Molina, and I have good news for little kids learning the alphabet, and even for adults who learn the alphabet without using the methodology that I discovered. So basically, I made a linguistic discovery about 8 years ago. I started wondering about where the alphabet came from and who designed it and why it was designed that way. And though I didn't discover who designed it, and I didn't read it in a book, one day I had a light bulb come on. I just realized, and I put the pieces together, and I share with you a very easy methodology, a very easy way to learn the alphabet. And I taught my nieces and nephews to use this methodology, this system, and they started reading slowly by the time they were 3 to 4 years of age. And in addition, if I talk to an adult that uses this system, they are like, oh, they are so happy because they no longer have to rummage through random memories to associate letters and objects. So let's begin, very easy. The alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, the Roman alphabet, are pictographic representations, little pictures, abstract pictures, that tell us the position of the mouth, the tongue, and the breath, and where the teeth touch the tongue. So let's start simple. O. O. O looks like O. How you position, not or, it's O, directly straight. Let's do another one, very simple. B as in boy. If you look at the letter B, or in your way B, it looks like two lips touching together. B, 50% pressure, B. And it makes a B sound. Now, if you want to make the P sound, as in Peter, then you take off the bottom hump and you put a lot of pressure on the top and it becomes P. So B and P. And that's an abstract representation of the lips, and then you take the bottom hump and it's an abstract representation to you to remember to put more pressure on the top. Very, very simple. Here's another one, T. You put the roof of your mouth and the tongue goes up, T, T, and it looks like T. Very simple. The others you can imagine, and by the time I get to T, and I go through B and P and O, my nieces and nephews and every other little child I've taught, and adults, they go, oh, I get it, that's wonderful. And I feel that their mouth, their face relaxes, their brain relaxes, because when you're initially learning the alphabet, they show you the picture of an apple and an aardvark and an arc, and you have to memorize it through random pictures and experiences that aren't linked to the actual function of the letters. So I recommend that you share this system with, let's go through another one, E. E looks like this, E, open. See, the difference between B and P is that B is closed, but E is open, the mouth is open, E. And it's not or it's E, straight ahead. Breath, straight, this open, E. And then if I take the bottom off, it becomes F, F, up, which is different than P, which is closed with the hump. So E and F, X. You feel like something is X in the back. So we did A. Now A is very simple as well. It goes, your mouth is up, and the breath goes out. Remember that the letters are pictographic representations that signal to your brain the position of the lips, the tongue, the mouth, and the breath. So this is not or it's straight ahead. You see? So we've got, if I were to put something straight into my mouth, here, and then the breath straight ahead. It looks like A, A, and straight ahead, A. You see it? So we've done A, we've done B, and now let's do C. Very simple. The tongue touches the back of the lips, but not hard. So it's open. That's C. And then if we do D, it touches it hard. D. So C touches the back of the lips, open and kind of slides it, and then the other one is D as in dog. So C and D. And if you put C and D together, it becomes S. S. Prolonged. And then if you make your tongue hard, so it's not smooth but hard, it becomes zzz, like zebra. And so I also shared my methodology with the Japanese consulate, Japanese State Department, and scientists and professors in Japan, because Japan has 3 different alphabets, and 2 of their alphabets use the same system that the Roman alphabets use, just different abstract representations. So very simple. I don't want to confuse anybody, but in Japan, A looks like a cross with a wind at the bottom. But I know that the Japanese will be able to look at this, the ABC methodology, and then say, oh, we use the same, the Japanese are going to say, we use the same system with our hiragana and our katakana. The Chinese use actual pictures that describe the object abstractly, and then they also use phonetic indications, but it's a much more complicated system and much more hidden. So I'll discuss cultural security in languages in another note, but I'm certain that the Chinese have something like this, but it's just a little bit more intertwined with the actual picture of the object, not just the phonetic instruction to the mouth. Good news, Korean also uses the exact same system, just different pictures. So if you look at Korean, you're going to realize that the sound associated with that little character is actually indicating how you position your mouth. It's very, very, very fun for that. I also spoke to a Persian scholar who confirmed that Persian uses that methodology as well. So all those little squiggly lines with little dots indicate whether it's glottal or touching the tongue or stuff like that. It's very, 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 it was a wonderful, wonderful time for me when the light bulb came on, when I realized it. One day it took me about a year of thinking about it, where it just came, and I prayed over about it, and the Lord made the revelation. And I was so happy that it came through my brain, and I have the incentive to share it with all of you so that your children can learn the alphabet like my nieces and nephews that I'm so proud of, and they're so wonderful, can learn to read very young. So next time you see a stop sign, you know exactly why it is. S-T-O-P. Very simple. And the rest of the letters you'll be able to imagine yourself, like L, L. It goes up and down from the L. And M goes in, M. Everything together, M, M. And then N touches back, the back of the tongue, N. And then R, the tongue goes back. So it's an open, but it's R, R. And Ku, Ku, something back there, which is not like X, it's Ku. Very, very simple. And the little kids, they catch on when you go, like I said, when you do the O, do the O first, then do the lips with the B, then do the P, and then do the T. And by that time, they're going to go, oh, you're going to see the little kids go, oh, I get it. They're going to smile, and they're going to start reading very, very quickly. My niece was accepted into an advanced preschool that she had to take an exam for, and she was able to recognize all of the alphabet letters randomly and able to write them at 3 years of age. And I was so proud of her. And then also my nieces and nephews, when I had the time to share it with them, they caught on. So I want to share this with all of you, and I will ask the Russian scholars to look at their alphabet and see if you follow the same system, and I'm going to make a guess that you do. I hope you do, and if you do, then share this news with the world, because this is going to increase literacy. There are millions, I think there's 60 million people, and possibly more, who don't know how to read and write well. And I believe that the time taken, it takes years and years for them to just memorize the alphabet, will be shortened to a few moments. And then they're going to be able to read and enjoy without the hassle of rummaging through random memories. And so I'm sending this to the Pope Francis, and I'd like you to send this to all your bishops and priests. I've sent it already via written instruction, but I wanted to videotape it so that you could enjoy it. And then I also would like elementary departments to share this the education department at the United States and in Puerto Rico and Mexico, everywhere. It's going to help you also learn other languages very quickly as well. So I'm very happy to share this good news with you. My name is Cristina Molina, and you can find me on Twitter, twitter.com/walkingcities, walking cities, plural cities. And I try to develop these safe places to walk, like gardens and promenades, walking gardens and plazas and things like that, and neighborhoods around the pedestrian, cater to the pedestrian, so the children don't run into the street and get hit by a car. It's one of the biggest weaknesses of our city's design currently, is that we're not accounting for the pedestrian and the child in the way we design cities. So hopefully you'll be able to follow us, my work, and then other architects and other urban designers and other social activists like me, and architect activists like me, who will be able to create this movement where we can all be in beautiful architecture, where we can safely walk with our children. And I hope that this first step in increasing literacy will help all of us become more literate, so we can design better buildings. Now, I'm not technically an architect. I consider myself a social activist. I do charity work, and I studied a little bit of architecture and urban design. So I am not an official architect, but I consider myself a contributor to the architecture world from the linguistics and literature and psychological realms of walking cities. And I think literacy is an issue. And lastly, if you have a friend or a family member or know of someone who suffers from epilepsy, please forward them this video, because you're going to see that epilepsy is like your brain goes too fast and it disorganizes itself. And you're going to find, and I have found, that when you share this with someone who suffers from epilepsy, their brain is going to relax. They're no longer going to have to, as I said, rummage through random memories from the ages of 1 to 7, remembering the alphabet. Even if they get hit over the head in a car accident, and they're always going to know why a C is designed that way, why a Y is designed that way, why an O is designed that way, why a T is designed that way. And reading for them will not be so psychologically or neurologically time-consuming. It's kind of like cleaning up your hard drive. Okay? Now, it's good to learn the alphabetical order and the alphabetical song, because our dictionaries are designed that way. But the ABC song. But this way also is very important. And there's a lot of poetry involved as well in associating letters with sounds. But I hope all of you are well. I'm very happy to bring this forward to all of you, and I love all of you, and I hope that you will be able to benefit from this discovery. Thank you for listening. My name is Cristina Molina. That's it.